Sports, where athletes bring us career-defining moments.
The Miami Heat, they've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history.
Tomlinson off the left side. Tomlinson sidesteps. Hello, history books.
Dynasties being created and destroyed.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
And of course, the unthinkable.
This is caught. Diggs. Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Vikings.
And me? Well, I'm here to give you the truth. The one aspect that will never lie, the numbers. YouTube! What's going on, man? Back at it again with another video. It's your boy, Numbers Fan J. That's my favorite song right now, man. That Kivo Money Testimony. That's it right there. That's it. But you know it's week 14, Victory Monday. We got a few things to talk about here. First of all, the Ravens have clinched the playoff berth, and the Chiefs have clinched the AFC West. So both of those teams are guaranteed a spot in the postseason for the AFC. Now, getting into some analysis. This is just so funny to me because we're starting off with Thursday night's game, the Cowboys. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So, I told y'all that whatever kicker kicks better will win the game. I said that. Cowboys kicker Brett Meyer, 1 for 2 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points. Also had one kickoff out of bounds. Those of you who know football know that when you kick the ball out of bounds, the opposing team, the receiving team, gets the ball at their 40-yard line, which is great field position. You really only need about 30 yards to get into field goal range. So it's almost like giving up points unless you have really great defense. So Eddie Pinheiro, the Chicago Bears kicker, was 1 for 1 on field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points. Therefore, Eddie Pinheiro was the better kicker. Chicago won this game 24-31. Cowboys just, I don't know what to say about them anymore. I really don't. They missed tackles all night long. And, of course, the kick out of bounds didn't help anything. As Mr. Trubisky ended up running a 23-yard touchdown in on that drive. Thanks to that great field position. So, pick the Bears. The Bears got that win. Colts at Bucks. We picked the Buccaneers. Darius Leonard had 2 interceptions. Returned 1 for a touchdown. Didn't really matter. They won the turnover battle 4-1. Didn't really matter. They lost anyway. The Colts, not surprising me anymore. I'm not picking y'all. The Buccaneers got that win. We got that one right. 35-38. Excuse me. Dolphins at Jets. We picked the Dolphins. We thought they were figuring out how to win. Robbie Anderson comes in, 116 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Devontae Parker is held to 2 catches, 28 yards. The Jets win on a 44-yard field goal at the buzzer. Got that one wrong. 49ers at Saints. I was so excited watching this game, and it lived up to it. Yet again, another 49ers game against a big opponent. Comes right down to the end of the game. Drew Brees, 349 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, no turnovers for him. Against the number 1 pass defense in the NFL, we talked about how tough it is to pass on the 49ers. Drew Brees made it look easy. He made it look easy. Jimmy G, on the other hand, threw for 349 yards himself, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Alvin Kamara held to 25 yards rushing and 18 yards receiving, no touchdowns, and a fumble. So he was almost more negative towards towards the outcome of this game than he was positive. We'll say that. His fumble that he had led to a touchdown for the 49ers. There was a fake punt on 4th and 18. Sean Payton was very aggressive in this game. The Saints failed this fake punt. It was 103 left in the third quarter. Down 35-33. You're already down. It's already 4th and 18. For whatever reason, you go for it. You try to throw a pass with Taysom Hill. A lot of people are asking why there's no pass interference. Well, it was a punt. So, on a punt, in punt formation, when you're looking like you're about to punt, that gives the defenders the ability or the permission to get handsy with the receivers or the outside guys. We call them gunners. The gunners, these guys are usually known to run down and make the tackle on special teams. So, on the defensive side of that, you never know that it's a fake punt. You don't hear people yelling out fake punt. You're focused on your man and keeping him away from your punt returner. So, him not ever knowing that it's a pass gives him the ability to keep his hands on the gunner, because the gunner is technically not a receiver because it's a fake punt. It's not a regular passing play. So, that's why there's no pass interference on that call. George Kittle was held under wraps until a late catch that he took off for. It was like 30 or 40 yards, it seemed. He took like 3 different guys with him and then got a face mask on the end of it. That added 15 more yards. Got the 49ers in field goal range. George Kittle ended with 6 receptions for 67 yards, 1 touchdown. But that play in particular was absolutely amazing to watch. It was like the 49ers just breaking down a wall right there. Jimmy G had played well, but if he throws an incomplete pass there, you know what the headlines are going to say. Drew Brees outdoes Jimmy G. Jimmy G comes up short yet again against a big opponent. Not this time. 49ers get a great win there. We picked the 49ers to win on the road. Lions at Vikings. Danielle Hunter is the youngest player to reach 50 sacks in NFL history. He had 3 in this game. The Vikings rolled on to a 20-7 win over the Lions in Minnesota. Broncos at Texans. Drew Lock was 22 out of 27, very efficient, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and is looking great as a starter. He's looking great. On the other side of that, Deshaun Watson was 28 out of 50, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. I just can't trust the AFC South. You can't do it. You can't do it. They're clearly a better team over the Broncos, but Broncos proved it otherwise yesterday. So, give the Broncos credit for that one. We got that one wrong. They won that game 38-24. Redskins at Packers. This game, I didn't think it was going to be this close. I had no clue that it was going to be this close. But Aaron Jones, not Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Jones showed out. Aaron Jones showed out in this game. 134 yards rushing, 58 yards receiving, 1 rushing touchdown, 8.4 yards per carry. Great day for Aaron Jones. Packers get that win 20-15 in a game that most people didn't think was going to be that close. Bengals at Browns. Baker Mayfield is the big question mark here. 11 out of 24. No passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, 2 interceptions. What is going on with Baker? I don't understand. Y'all hyped him up. I told y'all he was the wild card, and yet again he's in here looking like the wild card for this team. Nick Chubb, 106 rushing yards, 7.1 yards per carry. The Browns did get the win in this one, 27-19. A big play in this game was a pick 6 by Denzel Ward. Took it to the house. Really gave the Browns the momentum that they needed. Browns got that one. We got that one right. Ravens at Bills. Another big game between 2 big heavyweights. This time in the AFC. Ravens at Bills. Lamar had 145 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 40 yards rushing. The Buffalo defense, the Buffalo offense was 23% on 3rd down. Baltimore's offense was 27%, so it wasn't a lot better. defensive game. But Buffalo had 5 3-and-outs in this game. They just couldn't move the ball. Every time they got on the field, it was just like, oh, well, there's 3 plays, punt the ball away. And this is the only reason why the Bills aren't seen as a true contender. Because they can't score like that. But it is what it is. Ravens had 6 sacks in that game, so give them a lot of credit there. Ravens get that win. We got that one right. Panthers at Falcons. The coin flip was wrong. We ended up picking the Panthers off a coin flip. Kyle Allen, 28 out of 41, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, not looking like a franchise quarterback at all. Christian McCaffrey, 53 yards rushing, 82 yards receiving, still putting up big numbers. No touchdowns for him in this game. Carolina had 4 turnovers. Atlanta had 0, and you just can't win games like that in the NFL. They lost that game 40-20 as they should. So we got that one wrong off the coin flip. Titans at Raiders. Actually, I'm skipping over a game. My apologies. My apologies. Starting the late games, Chargers at Jaguars. Austin Eckler, 101 yards rushing, 112 yards receiving, 1 touchdown receiving on an 84-yard catch and run. He fumbled the game away last time we were in Jacksonville. Everybody remembers, every Charger fan remembers that game. That was back when Jacksonville was Saxonville, so to speak. But we got the win, so I got the pick wrong. I picked the Jaguars. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. Titans at Raiders. The Titans ended this game with 21 unanswered points. The game was tied 21-21 in the third quarter. Raiders did not score from that point forward. Tannehill wins on the road yet again. He proves me wrong. I did pick the Titans, though, in this game. So I did get this one right. Tennessee was 72% on third down. The Raiders couldn't get off the field. Derrick Henry had 103 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown had 153 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns himself. And he is emerging as the Tennessee Titans' best receiver. It looks like they finally found a primary weapon for their quarterback, who is now Ryan Tannehill. So that is what it is. Titans got that dub there. On the road, we got that one right. Chiefs at Patriots. The Patriots receivers were dropping passes. Brady was getting hit all night. The refs were missing calls. And I'm not one to make excuses, but the refs missing that touchdown call late in this game was absolutely huge. Patriots didn't have any challenges left, so they couldn't do anything about it. I think they wasted a challenge when the Chiefs had... it was third and like medium. It looked like the Chiefs were short, so Bill Belichick threw the challenge flag. I don't think that was a good challenge because I believe that the Chiefs would have went for it anyway. I don't believe that was a good challenge. So that came back to haunt them in the end, where they can't challenge a play that clearly was a touchdown on replay. But they ended up having to settle for 3 points, and they lost this game 23-16. When the game should have been 23-20, and they were in very well field goal range to tie the game up with about a minute left to play. You don't know what happens from there, but I believe that the Patriots have all the momentum, and they have a chance to win the game. So, totally different game if that call is called correctly. Steelers at Cardinals. We got this one right. The Steelers won this 23-17. Their defense had 3 interceptions, 4 sacks. So, great job by the Steelers defense. The night game, Seahawks at Rams. Russell Wilson was 22 out of 36. No touchdowns for the MVP candidate here. And he's sliding back in this race with Lamar Jackson. 1 interception, sacked 5 times, and just threw for 202 yards. That was it. The Seahawks were 35% on third down. They had 8 penalties. Todd Gurley on the other side of this ran for 79 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, 34 receiving yards. So it looking like a little bit like him. I can't speak. Looking like the old Todd Gurley before he got arthritis or whatever they're calling it. But we got that one wrong. That's looking a lot similar to the Saints game versus the Falcons. You know, every heavyweight has that one slip up game. Last year, we remember the Saints lost to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys ended up getting out of there early in the playoffs. The Saints almost went to the Super Bowl. No thanks to the no call. But anyway, that's beside the point because it's time to flip the M to a dub, baby. We got the 3 dubs, the 3 most important questions for you from this past week. Who, what, and why? Who needs to be replaced first in Dallas? Is it Jason Garrett? Is it Jerry Jones? Is it Dak Prescott? Who needs to go? Because something clearly needs to happen. You have the division very well. It's like your schedule gives you a chance to win this division. They could have had it won by now, honestly. But now they're sitting at 6-7. And it's just like, what? Who has to go? What has to happen for this team that has talent at seemingly every level? They have all the talent you could ever ask for. If you give this talent to the Patriots, they're winning 3 straight Super Bowls. There's no doubt about it. But let me know who you think needs to go first in the comments. Cowboys fans, NFL fans, people who just like watching football. Let me know. What else do the 49ers need to do to be the NFC favorite, man? I've been looking at all these videos and all these comments on the 49ers, and some people still think that they're pretenders. And it amazes me because they've beaten all of these teams. They're sitting at the top of the NFC 14 weeks into the season. What do they have to do? I know it's weird that they just went up to the top from being terrible last year. But that just happens sometimes. It happens when you build your team like that and you give them experience playing together. Then you bring in a coach that knows what it takes to win, that knows what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. Stuff like this can happen. And it's not pretending. They've proved it every week that they are for real. They are serious, man. But I don't know what else they got to do. Why? Why are the Patriots losing so much at this point in the season? They lost 3 of their last 5 games. I think that answer is simple. It's just they can't score. They can't score. Out of those 3 games that they've lost, they haven't scored more than 22 points in any of those games. And that's just not like a Tom Brady offense to be stuck under 22 points. And it's finally haunting them because they're playing the good teams at this point. Be on the lookout for the next time they play the Bills because I don't know, man. It's really looking like the Patriots are going to have to go on the road. And they do not play well on the road in the playoffs like they play at home in the playoffs. So, much higher chance of beating them on the road than you do at home. But going into Player of the Week, Coach of the Week, I have a co-player of the week. Co-player of the week, Austin Eckler. I got to give it to my boy. 213 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown. LT didn't even do that. So, I got to give it to him. I know the game is pretty much meaningless, but those are numbers that players dream of. Those are video game stats. So, you have to give it to him. Co-player of the week. And you know who my second player of the week is. Jimmy G, man. Jimmy G, he's out here getting dubs, throwing 4 touchdown passes, demanding his respect that y'all ain't giving him. But it's cool. It's cool. Y'all gonna see. Coach of the week, Sean McVay. I gotta give it to the Rams coach. Really turned their season around. We didn't think the Rams were gonna be a threat at this point in the season, but they started winning again, and they started looking like the Rams of old. Scoring points, playing good, actually playing better defense this year than they did last year. And losing Ndamukong Suh and Marcus Peters, it's kind of like, and Aqib Talib as well. It's kind of like, how are they playing better defensively? Who knows? But thank y'all for watching, man. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for your view. I appreciate you. It's your boy, Jay. We out of here.